Sure.
Hi everyone, welcome to episode 7 of the Caouette Circus. Today we will be joined by a guest, Claude Larose, who played in the NHL for a good career. But before that, we're gonna intro with how everyone's been doing. So Dan, how you been doing this week?
Very good. I got stuff going on. A Montreal trip is coming. This morning I had to go get money at Chibin Diner. People are paying, and it's coming soon. Exactly 6 weeks. So I'm very excited about that. Besides that, Xavier started playing sports at school. He got a letter from Dr. Veltri. He's playing basketball, and he's very excited. So I think it's a good week. Besides, we had snow on Tuesday, and what we did, Xavier, on Tuesday. Did we ride the mule around the neighborhood?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was so much fun. So I feel lucky I was able to do that with Z-Man. So that's pretty much it. Go Habs, go.
And we'll pass it over to Len. How was your week?
Things are good, except, there's like a scare fright fest going on in the house. Every time I leave a room and come back in, there's someone there to scare me to death. At least it hasn't ended up as video clips on
YouTube.
On YouTube.
Wait, tell them the one that happened today.
So I go in because he wakes up in the morning and he calls me. So I go in and he's nowhere to be found in his room. I look around and eventually I find him behind several stuffed animals in the back of his bed. Of course, he boos me. So then not even 2 minutes later, I go back in my room, finish getting ready, and he calls me again. I'm like, I'm trying to get dressed. So I'm like, okay, have patience, go back in. I go back in, and now I'm honest to God, I can't find him in the room. His crutches are still there, and I didn't hear him hopping around. So I don't know where he could have went unless he slid out somewhere. So I'm looking on the bed again. I'm looking on the top bunk. I'm looking in the closet. I'm like, what? So I go back to his bed and look another time because he's got those big marshmallow things. He's got a lot of big things in there. And as I'm leaning over to do that again, he grabs my foot, scares the crap out of me.
I was under the bed.
I don't even know how he got down there because I never would have looked under the bed for him. Passing over to you, Zoe.
Yeah, things are going well here in Montana. Johnny is very sick. I am surrounded by sick people, not only with Johnny, but with the kids I'm babysitting and everything. So, not feeling the best.
A little rough week.
Well, my week's been pretty easy. Obviously we had the Super Bowl on Sunday. I had a good time with my friends. There were some issues at the party, but we won't get into it. There was an argument, so we left. It was kind of funny while the argument was happening, the channel got turned off, so the Super Bowl turned off, and it was during overtime. The Chiefs were driving down the field. So the quickest channel to get back on to watch the Super Bowl was Nickelodeon. So it was the Nickelodeon with SpongeBob and all those guys. And these two people are friggin' screaming their head off at each other because they're drunk. And we were listening to SpongeBob and Patrick commentate the football game. I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah. The easy week. Tuesday was a snow day, which isn't very often at college. So it was a good time to just be able to relax for a day. But yeah.
And you're getting ready for your game today?
Yeah, playoffs today, so
See you later.
Good luck. We'll be there.
it's gonna be a grind here.
And congratulations, make it to regional too.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big
Very happy with
accomplishment.
that.
That's good.
It's much better than the past, you know what I mean? We
Yeah, well, yeah.
haven't found a lot of success. I'm above 500 as a goalie for UConn now. It took me the whole season.
Yeah.
The stats were I was 4-14 and going into this season, and now I'm 19-18.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You might get drafted, might go play for the Canadian or something.
Hey, dude, hold me up. I'm available. Give me that entry-level contract.
There you go. Plain and simple.
For 3 years.
You'll take it, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that's cool. So we're going to go over to our guest next. So we're going to come back and we're going to introduce you our guest. We're very excited. Our first one ever. And it's very special. I want to thank you, our friend Mark Ooks up. So that's awesome. And we can't wait to have a chat with the NHL player, former player, who used to be a scout too. So we can't wait to talk to him. All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Caouette Circus. Like I said, we have a guest today, and I went to a hockey DB to find out about this hockey player that we played hockey in the 60s and 70s. And we'll start with this. I'm going to just read what I got. So that's awesome. I'm very excited. This guy, Claude Larose, was born on March 2nd, 1942. Was an undrafted player he was a professional hockey player who played 943 career NHL games for the Montreal Canadiens, Minnesota North Stars, and the St. Louis Blues. He also served as assistant coach for the Hartford Whalers. And after his retirement, he won 6 Stanley Cup during his career: 65, 66, 68, 71, 73, and 2006 as a scout of the Carolina Hurricanes. Over a 16-year career, 10 with the Canadian, Larose scored 226 goals and added 257 assists for 483 points in 943 games. He also had 887 career penalty minutes and led the Canadians in penalties during the 1971 Stanley Cup playoffs, when Montreal upsets the
Bad boy.
champion Boston Bruins and the Chicago Blackhawks. Played online with the Minnesota North Stars teammates Grant and Danny O'Shea. Larose scored the tying final goal in the 1969 NHL All-Star Game. That's the year I was born. Returning from now we're going to go for the last thing. Returning from injury in 1974, Larose was thrown onto a line with oh my God, I might cry now. With the Mamaluch brother, Frank and Peter, and scored 4 goals against. Can you keep going here?
Against
I can't believe it.
Pittsburgh's Gary
Ennis.
Ennis.
I got it now. He got a hat trick the next game with playing with Jacques Lemaire and Steve Schatz. And the game after that, he paired 2 of the goals. And welcome, Claude Larose, to the Caouette Circus. And so we're so happy to have you here.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's a
Oh my
pleasure.
God, it's just emotional because it reminds me of my father, and I mean. Go ahead.
Thank you for joining us, Claude. We got through the technical difficulties, so we're very happy we were able to connect.
You got that right.
So, anybody's got questions? Because you do? There you go.
Did you play with Guy Lafleur?
Oh, yes. Yes, I played with Guy in 71.
And you won the Stanley Cup that year, too.
Yeah, I won the Stanley Cup.
Yes.
I never thought that Guy was going to turn out like he did.
Really?
Yeah. Because the
What?
first 3 years, he had a tough time scoring. I don't think he scored 30. But
Okay,
in 74, he really took off. As soon as Beliveau left, he took over.
Wow. But just playing with Jean Beliveau, I bet that was special.
Yeah. It was.
When you play with players like that are that good, did you treat them any differently, or they were just like your friend in the locker room?
It was like a big family.
Yeah.
Big family. Everybody respect everybody, and we worked. The main thing was to win.
Huh. I like that.
That's the thing that we all work for, and as a team, was a pleasure to work with these guys.
How about Hector Blake?
Phil Blake was my first coach, and in those years we used to take the train. No plane, the train and the bus. That's how we travel. After the game, we jump on the train and we wake up in New York, get off the station, and go to a hotel have a little snack, and relax, and then go back on the ice and finish the game. After the game, back on the train.
Lots
Go
of time
go get
traveling.
go get your 2 sandwiches and 6 packs on the plane for another ride.
Oh my God, that's so awesome. But I have any question, guys? Because I got a bunch of
Go
them.
ahead, dude.
I have one.
Okay, I want to talk. Go ahead, Lynn.
For my children, we're a big Canadians family here. Do you think during our lifetime we're going to be able to see another cup?
In Montreal.
Oh, that's going to take a long time. It's like a cycle.
Yeah.
Everything goes as a cycle. Edmonton was in a cycle, and they won their thing. And then Islanders was another one. Chicago was another one. So everybody goes through that cycle, and yeah, when it comes, you better enjoy it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's fair. I like that.
I will when it does.
Can't wait to go to the parade in Montreal for sure for the 25th one, right? So, like Lynn talked about, them, we're fortunate at my age. I saw a bunch of stand come in Montreal, but my kids never had the chance to do that. So we can't wait. I know it's special. We were close many times, and we're not there yet, but hopefully soon that Martin Saint-Louis and company, they can find something interesting with the Canadian. But I want to talk about Gort Wamsley. Was he one of the best goalie you ever played with?
Gump Worsley was the funniest goaltender that I ever played with.
But don't forget, they had
He
no
didn't look
helmet.
like a goalie, but he stopped the puck.
Oh my God, that's interesting because I've read a book about Terry Sawchuk and many times we were talking about Gert Wamsley. So and the old days, no helmet and no mask, nothing. And the equipment there was not much equipment. So, but you play with great goalies. You play with
Patrick Waugh.
no Patrick Waugh, no Patrick Waugh.
Patrick Waugh was a
Just maybe was asking, did you play Patrick Waugh? No, he didn't. But did Ken Dryden, Regacia Vachon,
Yeah.
Tunis Posito,
Charlie Hodge.
Charlie Hodge. Oh, you play? Yeah, that's right. I saw that. Oh my God, I saw so many players you play with. But it's amazing. But you play with Larry Plow too, right?
Yes.
Is it why you came to the Whalers to be a assistant coach?
Nothing to do with that.
No.
No. The reason we came to Hartford, I was with St. Louis.
Yeah.
As a scout for the Quebec League,
Okay.
and St. Louis didn't. They had a tough time financially, and Hartford needed a vice president and a president, so they went after Emile Francis. Emile Francis took the job, and he carried the whole organization back in Hartford. That's how we end up in Hartford.
I got you. Yeah. But that's true. That's good. That's because I saw that. I was looking at that stuff, and you're scout with the Hurricanes also years after that, or how'd that work?
Yeah, then I went to the pro scouting,
Oh, you
and
did.
Hartford was bought out by guy from Detroit, Carmanis.
Carmanos. Yeah.
Carmanis, and Emile was the guy that gave me the most chance in the game. He kept me in the game, and I really appreciate it. I stayed in the game all my life, matter of fact, and I really enjoyed it.
So another question. So when you were scouting, what you were looking at as a player? What was the most important thing for you to
Character, work ethic, discipline, all these things. It's like when you're a kid, and you gotta go to a recycle to improve in all ways. And the key thing is when you show up, you gotta give 100% of your body to the game. And that's the bottom line.
So that's nice to hear that. So, well, you have a question? No.
Oh,
Donald,
that's
that's so
2000.
God, it's 70s, 80s. You can see all the players on those days, you know.
Are you still playing?
You finished in 19 Gretzky. Actually, Gretzky start like in 79 or something. Yeah.
Before that.
Yeah. Before
that.
that, you
Yeah.
played for the Edmonton Oilers, right? And
Yeah,
then
he was in the WHA.
correct. So and after that, he went to
Indianapolis when they bought it out. He went to Edmonton.
And I there's something I want to talk about because there's a hockey rink under your name in Hearst, Ontario, right? The Claude
Right.
Larose Recreation Arena, right?
Yes.
And the Lumberjacks, I think they're owned by Claude Giroux, right?
I don't know who's owned it now. It's
He was part owner, right, for a while or something.
Well, Drew's also from Hearst too.
Yeah, he's from Hearst.
yeah,
Yeah.
he was born in Hearst. Yes.
And you were born there too, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's very French speaking over there, right?
It's Franco-American, Franco-Canadian.
I got you.
It's half and half.
Okay, I got you.
But,
Because
it's about 50-50, I would say, French and English.
Yeah, hey, just a quick note, because when he came back in 1974, when you scored all 4-3-2, you came back from a broken leg, right?
Yes, I broke my leg the last game of the year in '73 in Chicago.
Oh,
The last game.
The last game.
So I had a very nice summer
no.
in the cast.
Did you drink beer? Did you drink beer and not?
Oh, I drank beer. I drank beer. And the thing is, when you drink beer and you're on the stretcher, very tough to go to the bathroom.
That's funny.
Probably had a little beer belly going too.
How did you break your leg?
It was a stupid play, my part. It was the last minute in the first period, and I saw Dennis Hall going left of me, and I saw Pitt Martin with the puck, and I thought for sure he was going to try to make a pass to Dennis. So I dove to stop the puck. By the time I came to the net, it was too late. I hit the net, hit in the middle of the net.
Oh,
And in those years, the net didn't move.
I
Oh,
got actually just today.
Yeah. So I got up, and I was bleeding, and my head was all cut up. So they picked me up, and I walked in the trainer's room. They stitched me up, and I said, "You're ready to go." Okay. So as soon as I put my leg on the ground, I fell down.
oh wow.
That's all I found out, that I had a broken leg. They put me in the cast, and what was that?
Call from WON.
Girlfriend.
That's my sister-in-law.
So make sure you say hi. I'll call you later. But yeah, so you broke your leg. So the whole summer you're off, and you came back.
Yeah, whole summer was that was a tough. I had to train myself by myself. I trained by myself every day. Trainers and the nurses and all that. It was a tough stretch.
Yeah, it's not like it is today. Then when you break a leg and you go after that, you got physical therapy and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
that's crazy. Another thing, last night was I got home from the French club. There's a French club not far from Vernon, Vernon, Connecticut. There's a
yes,
French club there, and came back and I was looking online and I found a video. The guy was talking about you, and the whole time he was talking, I said, "Man, yeah, I'm trying to imagine what player you were if you were today. What kind of player you were like? Which player is like you today?" So I was like, the guy. I was thinking of Brendan Gallagher, right? I was thinking of Brendan Gallagher. I think you're the kind of player you play like. You guys played a similar hockey. At the end, the guy says, "Claude Larose, if you look at today, the player who like similar to him is Brendan Gallagher." I couldn't believe it. So and you're right-handed shot, and you were like the same, pretty much the same size. And it was amazing. I said, hit me right in the money, because if you look at my son, that's his favorite player. He's got his jersey on. He got Gallagher's jersey.
Number 11.
The number 11, yeah. So.
That was my first number in Montreal when I joined the
Oh,
club.
really?
Oh, wow.
That's the number 11. And then when the expansion came on, I was moved to Minnesota because they only had to protect 11 guys.
Yeah,
So,
in Minnesota. In Minnesota, that's what you had your career year. You had 62 points, 25 goals, 37 assists. That was your best you did in one season. In 1 year, you had 29 goals in St. Louis, too.
Yeah. I was playing with Derek Sanderson.
Derek Sanderson? Yeah, the Bruins.
We had a hell of a line. It was Sanderson with Chuck Lefley and myself.
Wow. I know Derek Sanderson because the Bruins, I remember him.
Yeah. And that's the last time he played in St. Louis.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's
the hell
cool.
of a player.
That's awesome.
Now, Dad, is Sanderson the person that you recently met here in Whitefish? Is that the same last name?
Now, you talk about Jeff Sanderson.
Jeff.
You know Jeff Sanderson, right?
Sanderson.
Jake Sanderson.
So his son, my daughter lives in White Plains, not White Plains, in Whitefish in Montana, and Jake Sanderson plays for Ottawa.
Yeah.
That's Jeff's son, and Jake was born in Whitefish, Montana.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either until I saw it on. No, you go online and hey, I didn't know that Jeff Sanderson lived in Montana. I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that.
No, it's crazy.
Not too many guys get out of Montana.
Yeah, I know. That's true. I have another question. So Sam Pollock is the one who brought you to the Canadian, right?
Yes. Yes, Sam brought me. The funny story about me going to Peterborough.
Yep, junior.
Because I wanted to go in Montreal, play for the Montreal Juniors, but in those years, there was no guys from Ontario go and play in the Quebec League. You have to go in your minor, in your midget, Ontario. You go in Ontario. So I end up in Peterborough, and my first coach was Scotty Bowman.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. No, that's cool. I never knew that.
My first coach was Scotty, and I was a walk-in because in those years they didn't have any draft or anything. They just put your name on the list, and Peterborough owned me there. That's all. I stayed there.
Wow.
And and Scotty was my first coach, and I played 3 years in junior, and then every year Sam was brought me in with the minor league club, like the farm club.
Yeah, and that was in Ottawa, right?
Yeah. So I played in the playoffs, and that's how I was with LaPerriere, Terry Harper, Red Berenson, all these guys. We had a hell of a team.
Yeah, Jacques Laperriere was a great coach too. Assistant coach, right? He was very good.
Yeah.
You're playing. I see here you're playing Omaha.
Omaha. That's after that thing didn't work out in Ottawa. They opened the league in the Central League, they call it.
Yeah.
But there was all the team from the 6 teams. They had a minor league farm club in the Central League, and we won. We had a hell of a team. We won. We didn't lose a game in the playoffs, and I had a pretty good playoffs.
Yeah, you did a good year too. I was looking at this. It's interesting to look at your hockey career. A guy who played 16 years, and you're that's amazing. That and it's tough hockey. It was not like today. Today's more like almost like the Autumn Grove Clouders. They do fancy goals, and back in the days it was all garbage goals. Yeah, that's just
Michigan.
Yeah, they didn't mess around. You had stitches, and it was a tough hockey. So
No helmet.
No helmets.
Yeah.
No helmet. No. Keep the elbow high.
Yeah.
Yeah. But who was your I'm gonna say that. Guys, you have any question? Go for it. I'm just
I do. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So, you know, we've never seen a Stanley Cup be won in Montreal or really, yeah, in Montreal specifically. But what was it like for you to experience like winning a Stanley Cup?
That's that was the one thing that I thought that I didn't have a chance to win the Stanley Cup, and I was lucky. My first year we won. We won in 1965, and I'll never forget it. It was like, how lucky can you get to play your first year and win the cup? But we had so many good players
Mhm.
and so many good people that that was like we couldn't miss not doing it.
Oh, totally. And I'm assuming you celebrate a lot after winning a Stanley Cup.
Well, I celebrate so much that I couldn't talk for a week. I drank that champagne. It was so dry. I was dry like a cucumber.
Was your first one the most memorable one, or is that
Yeah,
one after the second?
the first one. The first one was, well, the last one is a bad one, so I'll never forget.
Oh,
Oh.
the bad one? And what, 19 in
70,
Montreal?
73.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I spent the summer in the Cats,
Oh, that's right. That's right.
so I'll never forget that one. But I didn't enjoy it like my first one.
Absolutely. Do you still play today?
No. I can't even stand up.
But you play golf, right?
Oh, I play golf. Yeah.
You're not-
That's awesome.
So do you live full time down south now?
Yeah, I've been here since 1997.
Okay.
Yeah, when Hartford was sold out to Carolina,
Okay.
we had to move out of out of Hartford.
Yeah.
So they gave us a choice to find a place where we wanted, and I was lucky to find a place. I've been here since never moved. I've been here since 97.
Wow.
Nice. That's so nice. That's
Yeah.
next. Have anything you want to talk about? Or
No, not really.
If I turn my camera, can you see?
Yes.
Can see
wow.
Oh, that's nice. Wow,
it's
we need to
beautiful.
go there, guys.
It's snowing outside for us.
And there's a duck in the water in this pool.
I
Yeah,
know.
I'm wondering if you could see the mountains today in the distance.
Oh, yeah. There's not much
Oh,
snow.
I see it. I see it.
I always see it
Right
now.
there.
I see it, yeah.
I
Not
see
so
the
much
white
snow.
stuff there.
Yeah.
But anything maybe you want to ask, or guys? Listen, we could talk longer and stuff like that, but I so appreciate that you took time to talk with us. It was hard at the beginning because we figure out the Zoom, but so much fun. I appreciate. Listen, just talking with a guy who won the Stanley Cup, it's amazing, and who played for the Canadian in the long career you had. And as a coach too, you're assistant coach for the Whalers, and to be a scout, you're involved in hockey for how long? You were in hockey 30. How long you were in a career hockey? Like 40 years, right?
Yeah, well, I
50
stayed in the
years?
game. I stayed in the game as soon as I jumped in.
Yeah.
As soon as I played, I stayed in the game. I loved the game, and I was lucky enough to stay in it as long as I did.
And I thank you. Yeah, and I appreciate talking about what the kids need today to make to the next level. I hope they listen to that podcast, and it's amazing. Maybe Max is gonna keep going. I'm kidding.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Good luck, Max.
Thank you.
very
Yeah.
much.
Thank you so much. Claude.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
I told good luck at golf today.
Thank you.
Oh
Thank
yeah.
you.
We told. Wait a second. Xavier's got something for you.
I also broke my leg right now.
Yeah, show him.
You broke your leg.
You got look at his leg. He broke his.
What
he broke his
happened?
leg. Tell me what happened.
Playing hockey and I lost my edge and I went foot first into the boards.
Oh,
Yeah. So he's enjoying watching the game from the bench now.
take
He'll
care of
come
your
back
leg.
soon. Yeah, you'll come back. You come back strong, and you'll be ready for the next fall.
Good luck, Max.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
so much. And Claude, have fun, and thank you again to take the time to talk to us.
Say hello to everybody in Connecticut.
I
We
will. I
will.
will.
Thank
I will.
you.
I'll make sure I talk to Mr. Charbonneau.
Oh,
Okay.
tell him that we talked.
All
He'd
right.
be happy.
Trust me, I will.
Okay.
All right. Take care.
Thank you, Daniel.
All right. Take care, man.
Bye.
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 Okay, stay. That was fun, right?
So that was our little interview with Claude Larose. We were very fortunate to have had him on the podcast, and we really enjoyed hearing from him, even though it would have been probably a little bit easier for all of us if we spoke in French. But we learned a lot from him. Dan, if you want to talk about a little bit what we learned, and if you'd like.
Yeah, well, we learned about his career. That got I listened. Toe Blake, Sam Pollock. Sam Pollock was a GM, and Toe Blake was his coach. And think about when Scotty Bowman started coach him in Peterborough. Just that, it's amazing. And it's funny. Last night I was talking with him. I said, you want to do a podcast in French or English? He said, I'd rather do it in English. He says, because more people is going to listen to it. So, but he's a very funny guy. He took the time to listen to be with us. You know, he
Yeah.
doesn't have to do that. So
He doesn't know us from anybody else, so that was very kind.
now,
And if anybody has connections to people we can interview, we'd love to get the names.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But you guys, what you think of what you think about listening about a guy who played in the 60s and 70s and
It's really
Yes.
interesting. I find it really interesting. I feel bad because I don't know that much about what happened back then. Like you have
Yeah.
much more knowledge of that kind of hockey. Like
Yeah.
as for me, born in 2001, like yeah, I know some 90s hockey a little bit. I know some of that
Yeah.
past from the Canadians, like the most recent Stanley Cup wins.
correct.
But my main hockey knowledge is from like 2005 until now. You know what I mean? Like, if you
Yeah.
talk to me about stuff then, like, I'd be able to discuss that because the style of hockey is completely different. And I didn't want to talk to him and sound disrespectful to his career. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got 16 years and
I just
Well,
wanted to listen to
just-
what he had to say.
Being uninformed, not disrespectful, you know.
Yeah, that's all.
But
Really,
the names he was throwing out, these are just, iconic names. It was really great to hear.
they're correct. So I knew the names, and so I had all kind of paperwork. I had everything in front of me, so I was ready to ask question, and we got stuff out of him, and we didn't.
I tried to tell him a few times to turn his camera because we were
Yeah,
it
true.
would kind of go like up and down
But
like
you
this.
said, but he does amazing. He was able to do it,
You know
No.
what? There's a lot of older people that we could have not talked that through with, so that was very good.
Yeah. So
And he's
so-
still very sharp.
Yeah, he is. I know, and that's what I was saying yesterday when I talked to him on the phone. I tell you, he sound like a 65-year-old guy. You know what I mean? So
I was also
But so
worried
we-
that you might not like have as many memories of like that kind of stuff because
No.
about my life, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, when he was in NHL, he's probably what 25 and now he's 81. Like that's
Yeah.
like 60 years ago, dude.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
still sharp and fresh. It was great.
We're very, very fortunate to have had him
So
on
we-
the podcast.
what do you think about that? What do you?
I thought it was really cool to hear what he looked for in a player while he was scouting.
Mhm.
I mean, hockey is the same, but it's different now, and the same like it's the same game
The skill
played in a
levels.
different style,
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's from what I see, it seems to be a lot more about finesse now, when like being an enforcer was like a role that somebody would play on a team back in the 60s and 70s. I don't necessarily look at the NHL, like at the Canadians team, and say that person is the enforcer. Some teams do have that, but I don't know. It's just different.
Canadians have, like Jack Eye, Arbor Jack Eye. That's really it. But he's like he yo-yos between the NHL and the AHL right now this season.
Mm.
But yeah, it's a role that's quickly disappearing from hockey because teams have recognized that they'd rather have a guy who can make a eat minutes as a defenseman or like as a quality skilled player versus having someone that's going to go in there and murder somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. You don't want that.
Also for the health and safety of everyone. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
part of the game. It's not really like as necessary anymore. Everybody's would rather go out there play competitive hockey. Obviously, physicality is a part of that, but you're not trying to end someone's career. Like there's kind of a level of respect there where that's not really part of hockey anymore.
Yeah.
All the same things show true, like you said, being disciplined, working hard. Like obviously it sounds simple to say, but like it's all the same stuff that anyone's told you in your life, I feel like.
Mhm.
Yeah. Good point, but at least it was a good question, so we know what they're
No,
looking
for
at.
sure.
But you're right. It's what you're saying. You're
I'm
totally
not
right, Max.
I'm not saying what you said was bad. I'm just saying that like
Yeah, yeah.
a game of hockey still has the same core concepts. It's just like
Yeah.
it's the way that it's played today versus how it was played 30 years ago or 60 years ago, blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Well, yeah, we appreciate you guys listening to us this week.
Mhm.
This is episode 7 of the Caouette Circus with Claude Larose. You're very fortunate again to have him on the podcast. Hopefully, we'll have more guests in the future. But thank you very much, you guys, and we love you all. And have a good rest of your weekend.
Love you guys. Good luck, Max, tonight. Zoe, love you. Feel better. Lynn, we'll see you up soon. And let's go watch our Xavier's hockey team right now. Mascon United against Mid Fairfield.
All right.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, the balloon again. The balloon.